Hello everyone, no respawns, hope you're doing well. So we've just had 2 new content updates for the Creation Club. Now, I've just, because a quick side, I know this is obviously a little bit of a controversial topic, but what I've taken upon myself to anything that relates to the workshop menu, obviously because my channel is almost exclusively right now focused on base building in Fallout 4, I'm basically just going to download and review. I know obviously a lot of you despise Bethesda for just even deigning to let the Creation Club exist, and I do understand you to an extent. Just as a quick side as well, just because, especially after the last video, I did a little bit of research and spoke to a couple of mod devs. It's worth bearing in mind, if you don't like the Creation Club, by all means, but maybe leave the mod devs out of it, especially the ones who've been involved in actually creating content. I know you may not like it, and obviously we're used to obviously getting mods for free, but if there's one group of people that deserve to maybe be not even compensated, just, you know, kind of get paid for a little bit of their work, it's mod devs. I mean, you're looking at some of, especially the more prolific ones, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours for basically no compensation whatsoever. By all means, you know, if you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it, but maybe if you're inclined, don't send them loads of hate on various social media channels. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's just that I have heard some pretty nasty things, and let's be honest, even if you dislike the Creation Club, you know how the internet can be, and someone who basically gives you loads of free content and loads of cool shit maybe doesn't deserve to get, you know, called various horrid things. Anyway, with that aside, we've had 2 new content packs added to, well, in terms of the Creation Club, there's obviously been, I think there's a gun as well, and a couple of skins, but in terms of the workshop, there are 2. Now, I've got the Unlock Settlement Objects mod installed. The reason why this is really good, I didn't realise this, is it actually has a Creation Club section. Andrew CX has, I don't know if he's done it as a script where it automatically adds them, and he doesn't have to do any work. I think he doesn't have to do any work, because I haven't updated this mod yet. But also, I don't know who I'm killing, by the way. Basically, that means that all of the Creation Club actually get their own menu, which makes me reviewing the items a lot easier, because I don't actually have to go through them individually. But so first one is arcade cabinets. This is 300, I think it's 300 credits, which I think I bought some credits earlier for 750, and it was £5.50 roughly. So this was the equivalent of, say, 2-3 quid, about 2 quid, I think. And it adds some pretty cool stuff. So basically, if I go right from the start, has a couple of new floor pieces. So they're mostly carpeted floors. So the whole thing of this one is it's obviously for the kind of like making an arcade. So you've got floor pieces here, and then you've got carpeted foundation as well. And ooh, get in there, you. Some of the textures are actually pretty cool. And this one, and this one. So they're pretty cool. I quite like these, actually. I like them because of the fact they're not too crisp. I think the first workshop mod that ever dropped was a pretty way too... I think it was the modern furniture one, which is way too clean. These ones actually suit the game. So going forward, you've got some stools as well, which are quite nice. And then, obviously, as we all like, new paintings. Now, the posters, the arcade paintings, are basically the paintings from the actual arcade games, I believe. So, for example, I think that's, what is it? The Automatron one, Grognak, Pitfall, I think, the Zeta Invaders one, and I think that's it. You've got some new lamps. Let's run over here. I think I'll have in a generator. This is my incredibly... There's a reason why I'm actually near Green Top, by the way, which is the other one you get. You have to actually go... Oh, I don't have any energy. I'll turn those on in a sec. So we've got some new lamps. Actually, I will turn these on because these... I tried one of these in Sanctuary earlier. 1 second. Let's just quickly have the menu decide to do that thing where it loads for an annoying amount of seconds. I hate it when it does this so much. Do you mind, mate? Do you mind? Oh, thanks. Yeah, cheers, you dickhead. Right, so let's quickly just pop any kind of... Well, ideally one that's a bit quieter. There we go. And then I have to attach that. Sorry, give me a minute, yeah? Give me a minute. Give us, like, 20, 30 minutes, yeah? It'll be fine. Oh, you're being a dickhead. Sorry. Sorry. Give me a minute. Pop this here. Right, pop that there. Right, okay, there we go. You're gonna not connect power, fair enough. We'll just connect to the side of the house. It's taking a while, are you? Really taking the piss? There we go. So, they look quite nice. Different colour, very, very nice. I just like how, like, they're not too clean and crisp. I remember when the first of the DLC, the Creation Club workshop mods dropped, they were way too crisp and clean, so it's quite nice that these are just a little bit scabby, basically. And these are awesome. So basically, Pitfall Hero Projection. What these do is they actually add projections of basically I think they're effectively the avatars of the game, of the various games. There are 3 of them, so there's Red Menace. I quite like the Red Menace one, actually. So it adds like a little ghosty boy. And then there's the Zeta Invaders one as well. They're very cool. You probably, if I can get one, there we go. So they actually add some Zeta Invaders. And then there's these, which are awesome. So basically, you can probably guess what these do already, but basically these are arcades which you wire up, and you can actually use, like, oh, what's it say? I haven't actually read that. Okay, I think there's a winners will be suspected of communism. Atomic Command. So you've got Automatron, which is my favourite of the in-game games, just as curious. You've got Grognak, which I haven't really played, actually. Pitfall. I think you've got all of them. Red Menace. Yeah, you've got Zeta Invaders. And the different colours as well. This is just cool. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm surprised they didn't add this sooner. I always thought weird that they didn't have these as just kind of, you know, things you can stop off and kind of like just have them placed around working in random areas of the game. So, you know, because it would be fun to, you know, just randomly. Winners report suspected communism. Okay. Yeah, so they're just very, very cool. They all work. I don't know if they record your high scores. Actually, I haven't really tried them in that regard. But they're very, very grand, and I quite like it. Definitely, to be frank, I think this is a very, very worthwhile mod, and definitely something I enjoyed. So, after that one, so that's that mod. So it adds quite a few items. As I said, it's about £2, £3, which I think is a kind of quite a worthwhile amount for what you get. I think this is actually a Bethesda-made one because it doesn't mention any sort of mod dev, so it's quite nice getting some kind of original content. So the next one is called the Coffee and Donuts Workshop Pack, and this one is by Fading Signal, who I believe has done a couple of the weapon skin mods. I think they've done the weapon skin mods, and they're quite a prolific mod dev as well. So basically, this one you have to do a wee little quest, and say a quest, and you have to fetch some items from the Slocum Joe's HQ over there. It occurs to me it's getting dark, so I'm going to quickly rest up so you can see these in the daylight. Give me a minute. Right, so now it's nice weather, and you can all see what the hell we're doing instead of all the shadows. Let's have a look at the lights again, just curiously. They look quite nice. I really, really like those. Those are going to get some good use. Oh, by the way, if you want to see what the image, because I was looking over there, you can actually just look. So it's got the guy running, and it's got the creepy dudes there, and then the ghosty dude there. I'm going to make some, like, really cheesy haunted house, I think, at some point. So anyway, the Slocum Joe's, yes, you have to go to the corporate Slocum Joe's headquarters, or whatever, Slocum Joe's HQ. If you've been there, a lot of you will have. It's just over there, near Green Top. You should go there as well, because there is a recipe, spoiler, for making a rather funky little bit of food. So basically, this gives you quite a lot of items. Now, this one is 600 whatever they're called, creation points, and so that's like probably about £4. You're basically going to have to buy the credits pack unless you happen to have not spent anything, and it adds quite a lot of items. They're quite themed, so a lot of them may be, like, this is quite a niche one in a lot of ways, even though it's the more expensive, because of the fact that a lot of these won't fit anywhere else, but they're still quite cool. Now, some of these are, I said, nice and scrabby, like crappy looking, like these, which I quite like. So it's very much a kind of apocalypse Slocum Joe's. But some of them maybe are a little bit colourful for me. I do like the fact they're tatters, as I said. But they're a little bit colourful but they might have some niche use. I especially like these. I don't know how... Do they snap very well? How do they work? Okay, okay, okay. So, 1 second. So they, Okay, so they snap. They just don't snap to those buildings because they're awful. That's quite useful. I will probably make these make good use of these canopies. And I've got some ceiling lamps. Got a freaking vertibird flying around, no doubt. Also like the music of those arcades, by the way, because it adds a nice little ambience. So that's quite a bright lamp. You've got a counter, some crates. That's actually what the actual items come in when you actually find them in the Slocum Joes. Donut statues. It's very donut themed, if you hadn't guessed already. Some new doors. We always like new doors. I can probably just test it on this one, can't I? Nope. Well, fuck you then. Do I have any doorways? There we go, look at that. So we've got glass doors. I quite like these actually, because again, they're basically, it's clearly like apocalypse level doors, so you don't have to worry about them being too nice and pretty. Then we've got some new floor pieces. I'll just take this off so you can demonstrate here. So they're very much, again, quite a nice texture. Bit of pink if you want the power pink. Bit of blue. Oh, that way. Is that green? No, I've already done that one. Got my microphone in my way. And a bit more of just the black and white check. And then you've got the foundation versions of each. The menus are quite cool. I kind of wish the prices were in caps, I'm not going to lie. Because they're actually in dollars, which makes no sense, as obviously that isn't valid tender anymore. But it's fine. Some actual nice donut. They look tasty as well. Ooh. There's actually so many donuts. Your donut. Lots of donuts. Basically posters. Very Slocum Joes themed. I said these will all be fun. They are very niche, though, I will say, just because the fact is, obviously, this is going to be... It's cool looking. Oh, actual roof pieces as well. Oh, nice. It's very niche, which means, obviously, it's not going to really... See, with the Nuka World stuff, basically, like, I don't really use much of the Nuka World stuff, to be utterly frank, because of the fact that it's too niche. The roof's actually quite a nice texture, though. Ignoring the pink on the side. Like, it's a nice texture. What else we got here? So we've got just a general shop. Oh, an actual... Is that a shop? Let's find out. 1 second. So you can actually assign someone to work at the donut shop. I'll have assigned him there, and what I'll do is after I've finished looking at the items, I will see how it works. You've actually got the signs, which is quite nice. You actually get this one in the Custom Villa Assets mod, but it doesn't actually work as well as this. Also, it's a powered version, you may notice, so I'm assuming. That's quite cool, very pink. Get some, like, funky colours here, basically. Signs. There are 100 items in here, by the way. Walls. Now, these might get some use from me, because just by dint of the fact that these are actually new structures to use. They're obviously... So that one's, like, you know, this is just kind of general brick stuff that might be useful, because it's nice and thin. You notice that? Look at this. It's actually a thin brick wall. I also got loads of walls. Doorways as well, which is nice. Not like the most fanciest, but useful for structures. Wall signs. Just pop on the side there and there. This place is a bit of a mess. Windows? So you're going to be able to make your... That's a bit weird. There we go, that's better. So they seem to snap around a specific direction. Different coloured versions of it. So if you want your pink one, you go nuts. And that is everything. So basically, this one adds some pretty cool stuff. It is quite a niche update as well. Like, it's... For example, of the two, if I had to choose one, I would actually choose the Arcade Workshop pack by dint of the fact that I will probably use these in a lot of my settlements. You know, considering it wouldn't be very hard to repair an arcade machine because they're quite relatively simple compared to the other technology they have in the game. and they're kind of suitably trashy, and they're going to be something fun to put in settlements. And these lights look cool as well, whereas this stuff here, though cool, is very, very niche, and I am conscious that, similar to a lot of the Nuka World stuff, I won't make use to it. However, that being said, I'm obviously going to do a Slocum Joe's build with a arcade as a side, so it'll be like what, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't actually know the actual shop that's based off of some American place with creepy animatronics in it. However, I will be making a build like that soon, maybe on the weekend. But some quite cool stuff in here. So let's quickly just test out to see how these work. So let's try Space Invaders, Zeta. So basically, yeah, so they actually work exactly how you'd expect, which is cool. And you can quit and all that jazz, so that's very grand. Matey Boy has walked off. I've actually disabled the audio, but let's just see if they sell anything. Yeah, okay. Barter, so what does he sell? Okay, so basically, he sells... Oh, yeah, so I'll show you these. They're in the menu. It does actually come with clothes as well. Oh, loads of new food. Donuts. So these are quite good. These would be good for survival, then. Applefield donut. Let's buy a few of these. Pretty loads of donuts. Oh, nice. Actual milk? Actual milk? My God. Loads of chocolates. Actual decent... Did that do the Skyrim noise? It did. Actual coffee, donut mix. I bet you these are recipes as well. It's actually adding stuff. You see, it's actual stuff for survival, but I haven't got survival enabled. Oh, what do we get here? These are some good stuff. OP, actually. Okay, nice. So let's, oh, I didn't actually. I may have forgotten to actually confirm the trade, but it's fine because we can confirm whether it makes that barter sound again. Come here. 1 second. Oh, it makes the Skyrim noise, which is awesome. Right, let's just buy everything and actually confirm it this time. Confirm trade. Let's open my menu up. Let's go here. So firstly, it does actually have, as you can see, loads of stuff. It's kind of the standard Nuka World stuff, but reskinned. So I look like a bit of a bell end, but you know, whatevs, I guess, if you really want people to be themed. Let's try the food. So it looks pretty cool. Actual milk. Let's just drop it all on the floor and have a look at it. Looks good. It actually looks good. I like the fact we have coffee as well. I won't drop all of them because, you know, they're all going to look roughly the same. Plus I have loads of... Oh, that's the wrong stuff. Lots of donuts, basically. Lots of donuts. Your donuts! You're a Tarbury-filled donut. And where's the coffee? Coffee. So basically, this will be really cool for decoration. I like how that coffee just doesn't actually empty. It's magic coffee, or it's just really thick. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I do hope that means that I'm hoping whoever works on the what do we call it? The OC Decorator mod actually updates it to include these items. That would be quite cool because it would be fun to use these to decorate. Otherwise, we can just, you know, manually place them. I do like the fact they have an actual sweet roll. That's quite cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Definitely, as far as I'm concerned, obviously I know what I said before, you know, a lot of us are turned off by the Creation Club, but I would say these were pretty solid additions and the kind of stuff that I'm, to be utterly frank, happy to pay for. Especially going to be making good use of that, and I will make niche use of the Slocum Joes. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I will have a new video up soonish. I think at some point soonish I will make a build, either an arcade or I'll probably do a set of Slocum Joes and an arcade merged somewhere, maybe even using the Workbench Anywhere mod, so I don't have to worry about putting in a niche settlement. But until that point, you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you lovely people soon. You take care.